Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to Doll's Nest. It is a Armored Core style successor game made by Nitro Plus, who are usually known for their visual novels. But it's about anime robot girls, I think, going through like a giant mega facility, a techno mega facility, I don't know, and fighting other robots. I usually don't dive into this kind of game, but I'm a huge sucker for Mecha, so, or I don't usually dive into the whole like Robo Girl Mecha fandom, just because I don't know, I read Chobits and that weirded me out, so I've just never really like been too into the aesthetic. But it's one of those where like you can give them big mecha robot legs. Like I saw somebody showing off their Spider Walker girl, and I'm like, okay, fine, I'll take it. We'll see how this goes. And I don't know what's gonna happen, so we're just gonna dive in. It does have full Japanese voice acting, so there's a very real possibility. I'm just gonna turn off my character and just sit back, and we'll have to read the subtitles together. Wabo! See if this game is playable with keyboard and mouse. It seems a bit soulsy, so it might be one of those keyboardy games. I think we just witnessed an anime girl being born out of a pod. Ah, yes. From an egg. Oh, God. Wait, maybe I was supposed to go down here. No, I was not. Ah, yes. Weird pods hanging from the ceiling. Like all anime girls are birthed from. That's how this works, right? Yeah, I usually don't vibe too hard with, the anime girl aesthetic, just because I'm just not that big into anime anymore. But for me, like, I'd rather just be a full mecha person rather than an anime girl. Okay, so we get a Balmung sword. Can I equip that? Attributes. Inventory, versatile frame, primary arms, melee weapon, Balmung. Looks like I can probably only equip it. Let's see. Rear arms, missile. Yeah, so I probably can only equip this at like a bonfire or some other place. Well, there's a tree over there, and I'm pretty sure trees are usually associated with checkpoints in these games. Let's zip over here. Yeah, I was really hoping I could do like a sustained burn to zip forward, but no dice. So get some bionic parts. Let's grab whatever this is first. Looks like we might actually have some enemies over here. Okay, so this isn't quite Armored Core-y. Mouse sensitivity is kind of weird. You can do really fast stuff, but if you get... Oh, yeah, it actually slows you down. That's interesting. Okay, so frame loadout. Oh, hi. Okay. Can I not have a skirt? I hope so. I'll take it. Wait, I can also change my musculature. Oh god. This is one of those things, ain't it? Alright, let's make the perfect robot. Okay, I did my best. It's Wanderbot flavored at the very least. Oh, we got a cape. The main thing is we don't have nearly as much thigh showing, and that's what counts, right? Alright, so I see a weird door in kind of that techno tree, and there's something else over there. I see some kind of enemy-shaped things over here. Oh, you know, the other question is, what do we have here? Transfer, so that's probably fast travel. Tune humanoid. Oh, so we can use skill points. So we can increase barrier power, BP cap, lightweight humanoid. Okay, so that increases my handling, max grind speed, grind acceleration cap, airspeed. So lightweight humanoid gives me some movement. Disassembly tech. I don't know what that means. firearm proficiency. Doesn't do anything. Doesn't do anything. This is carry stuff. We have immunity. Oh, M for help. Okay. Status build-up. Capacity. Attack modifier using melee weapons. Primary arms reload speed. Primary arms precision. Cells and items earned when defeating enemies. Reduces humanoid weight. Increases EP, BP, and barrier durability. I think I'm going to go for disassembly tech for right now. My logic is, what if I can actually, like, take some of this off? My logic is, hopefully I can spend this on things. What is it, Q? E? E. E for missile. We are taking some damage here. No, actually, it looks like the blue is kind of a temporary barrier. Okay, so we might want to level up then. So anything in the blue recovers automatically as soon as I'm out of combat. Anything in the white goes away. Or stays damaged until I can go back and heal. I'll take it. This looks ominous. Let's go Nah, let's go in. What's the worst that could happen? I die? Okay, yeah, actually, that could be slightly frustrating. These we get tons of goodies. I'm digging the giant, like, techno facility. I think that's a really cool aesthetic choice they've got going on here. Okay, so we get an emission grenade. I don't know if that's a one-off thing. And a supplement. She just wouldn't jump. Well, I guess I'm just going down here again. Let's see if I die this time. Nope, I just take some damage. Okay. I can work with that. Yeah, this turning thing is a problem. I guess it makes sense. It's supposed to restrict you from turning too fast. I guess I can try using a controller. Oh, that's so much better. Yeah, it limits me eventually, but I think this game, unfortunately, is just built for controller controls. Oh, and we do actually have... So this is grind. Okay, so that's how we overheat. That's how I reload. That's how I swap weapons. That's how I fire my... Okay, cool. Yeah, so what does supplies give me? Oh, supplies heals me up, presumably. But respawns enemies. Alright, so it's kind of soulsy. Let's go check that other direction, just to see what it's got. I do wish the, like, power sliding around outside of combat. I wish that wouldn't cost me resources. It doesn't cost much. Oh, they are shooting at me. Okay. Shields are at max. Should be good. Okay, I see. There's a cooldown on this. Holy smokes, melee is good. Awkward to pull off, but is good. We're getting repairing agents. Oh, it's probably like the, blood... Is it blood echoes? The blood vials from, Bloodborne. Or rather than okay, this side does not open. Rather than just like a distinct healing item that we can use on the regular, we have a limited amount that has to be restocked and stored. That central elevator still seems like it might have something. But we will see. A couple notes about this game. Doll's Nest is available. I think it's on Steam and... at least Steam. Might be like Steam and Switch or something weird. Let's see. If I do tune humanoid, can I spend more? I can revert, so I could take off assembly tech. Yeah, do I want to do that? I think I do. I think mobility is going to be probably a little bit more valuable at the moment. Missed. Oop. Yeah, so I do oodles of damage. But I can see aiming with this sword being a little tricky. Because there's no, like, dash forward or anything, like, no gap closer. So, you are very much at the mercy of, kind of the range you're working with. There we go. Okay. I don't know where we get more talent points from. Or skill points from. I was assuming it would be something I'd spend currency on. Yeah, I could try and go for like a really heavy melee blitz. But I don't think I want to do too much of that either. What do we have? A little bit. A lot of repairing agents, as though I'm supposed to be taking a lot of damage here. I guess we took a little bit. I don't actually know what the healing button is here. Oh, it's okay. I'm appreciating how generous aiming is so far. That you just have to keep an enemy within the hexagon and your character gets progressively more accurate at shooting them. I think you yourself can boost that a smidge. Oh, they do not want me going that pipe. I don't know, I see a pipe that's vaguely me-sized and I think, what's in it? What's in it? Are there goodies? I've been playing, Clear Obscure Expedition 33, and that game is riddled with, like, cleverly placed little goodies just outside of the beaten path, and it is very satisfying, and it is breaking my brain, because I don't think this is going to have quite as much of that. Ooh, look at this. Giant conduit slash, like, air, you know, air duct system. I'm a huge sucker for... I'm going to say... blam. Surprise! Luckily, some enemies are kind of whiffly. Okay, do we have anybody else? We have that there, and we have this little guy. Are you kidding me? Yeah, I like the idea of using swords. The actual execution, could be better. Throwing knife, and some supplements. Figure out how to heal. So it's up on the D-pad. Alright, well at least that's familiar. Like going to say. If the melee just had a little bit of a gap closer, I think I would have no problems with it. But the fact that you just kind of do a very like at them and it maybe hits feels a little rough. Still feels like you should be able to go in those tubes. Alright, well, I think I'm going this direction. But yeah, giant mega structures that you're exploring through. It's such an interesting aesthetic. And one that, like, I don't feel is explored enough on, like, a media level. There we go. I think going for lightweight humanoid has helped me to some degree. Ooh. There's a pathway over there if I want to take it. It's an option. But let's see what's the other direction first, in case there's like a tree or some other checkpoint or anything. Yeah, oddly enough, I actually have never read Blam. I've watched the anime, and I've read the sort of sequel series, though I cannot tell you what it was about. It was weird and mental the whole time. There we go. It can, ow, ow, ow. Cheese my enemies a little bit. Fortunately, line of sight works both ways. Somewhat. Alright, so what do we have? We can go up. Hello. Luckily, he didn't notice me there. Anything else? I see a bunch of enemies. At least my supplies are remaining fairly high here. Let's see. Anything there? No. Yeah, you can weave those a smidge. Part of it is there's no good tell for when this guy's about to shoot. I can still kind of manage it, but if there's like just a little bit of a cannon flash, it would go actually super far. Graphite seed. No idea what that's used for. I don't know anything. I'm just on a wander. But I do kind of like it. The labyrinthine nature makes it more mysterious and weird. I'm trying to figure out tabletop RPG campaign settings. It would be interesting to try and do something in a giant mega facility. Certainly make it easy to draw certain parts of it. Oh, are bionic parts how I get more skill points, maybe? I'm gonna assume that's the case. Okay, so this is spicy in a way that I do not like. A fun fact about me. Do not like heights. Even in video games, it still freaks me out a little bit. Oh, nope. Especially because this character does not have a particularly good jump. You jump forward a little bit. I was hoping to hover a bit better. At least it doesn't do too much damage. Not like, I was go with Dark Souls or really any of the Souls games where you just die. I don't know. Like, I get it. You're not supposed to be horsing around, but on the flip side, I would prefer to just be kicked back and take a little bit of damage. Purely on a speed and efficiency perspective. And like I know Dark Souls and everything like that, it's supposed to punish you for like taking risks or playing dumb. But on the flip side, there's kind of one of those where it's like, but is there such a thing as like maybe a little too punishing? Maybe. Get him with another missile. There we go. What else do we have here? I guess the older I get, the more I really think I'm gonna have to give up on melee. Like every once in a while I'm within melee range and I'm like, yeah, and then I sweep at the legs and it doesn't hit, and it's like, I don't know why. Nothing there. We have taken some damage. I should probably heal. Because I do not know when the next tree is going to be. And judging by this, it might be a while yet. Now, is this something? Oh, it's just random money sitting on the ground. Oh, it's probably stuff that dropped from those guys. Okay. Yeah, that guy can't lead his shots particularly well. It gives me somewhat of a leeway on getting them. It actually feels like jumping in general is kind of a easy hack for doing a decent amount of damage to these guys. There you go. It almost feels like the trick is with a sword to kind of, I don't want to say hit them with a drive-by exactly, but like move through them and smack them. Ooh, that was close. How did that guy not notice I was there? I guess he was aimed at the other direction. Now, if I'm lucky, this is a gateway that opens up to the previous checkpoint. Because there was a big red gate. That's not it. Nothing. Alright. Oh, he dropped something. Unfortunately, it's a little awkward. Spotting some of these bits. Oop. I really should not be maximum speeding through here. The big worry is I'm going to run out of BP. I guess I can always turn back around, but... still not great. The javelin. We're getting a lot of fun weapons. Oh. I get it. There's variable jump heights depending on how much I'm holding down X. I also now have no idea where I'm supposed to be going. Oh, it was along that one other pathway. This is all just treasure. How are you still here? Who are you? Oh, at least it's giving me plenty of repairing agents. Do we pop another one? I guess. We're not that wounded, but seeing as they're very nicely giving me more, can't say no. We might want to boost my max BP. BP is kind of how many reloads I can do before I have to go back to base. Kind of an arbitrary value thing. Oh, we have a thing in here. Nothing in here, right? No. There we go. This is probably where I'm supposed to go. There's still a couple of pathways that I should check out. But those can be kind of later. Supplements. I don't know what any of these are for. Okay, a bunch of enemies. I guess the one thing is, if I'm running out of BP, I can switch to sword. There we go. Because sword doesn't cost BP. So I can actually save myself some juice. And it's not like I'm in too much danger health-wise here. So sure, I'll switch to this. If I need ammo for anything, that can be later. Like if we run into a boss fight, or who knows what else. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Are you joking? So that didn't feel good. At least I get plenty of repairing agents. But yeah, the melee needs just a little bit of an extra reach. Or swing. To really feel worth it. Now this is a freaking lift thing that'll take me elsewhere. Let's not take it yet. Bulgok. There's some really sick looking weapons that I can't use yet because I can't equip any of them. I've become kind of spoiled by a lot of modern Souls-likes, where they just give you an oodle of checkpoints everywhere, and it's kind of eerie to be playing one that does not. Oops, wrong button. Oh, we're back to where we came. Ooh, that's a fast travel spot. I'm gonna use that in a bit. I didn't realize I'd traveled so far, but then again, this game is massive and labyrinthine. And, like, there's a very real charm to that kind of design. That doesn't look like it charges up faster. Okay, so we want to do supplies. They'll heal us up, respawn everything. Then we want to do tune humanoid. Transfer. Okay, so I could fast travel, but I can't. Let's see. So we have a junk frame or a Chapion. So the main thing is... yeah, junk frame is not very good. One question is, standby EP use. Thrust assist. I don't know. It could also just have a regular headset. I wonder if we upgrade the junk frame stuff at some point. So these are the back thrusters. Utility modules. Fortunately, I don't know what most of these do. Okay, so I've been using the arrowhead this entire time. So we have the Clest, which has better shot velocity and is lighter. I think it's kind of sort of shorter range, but it's hard to tell. We have the S-Stock. BP per shot. So less physical damage, more thermal damage, higher ammo cap. Oh, look at the amount of ammo capacity on that thing. And then we have the Javelin, which I'm pretty sure is a sniper. Yeah, let's try these two. Oh, they're both thermal. Let's not do that. Or are they? Yeah, they're both thermal damage, so I should have at least one that does physical. I'll probably stick to the arrowhead. What about rear arms? We also have a giant cannon. Sure. I will do that. We don't have too much else I can grab. Shame that there's a loading screen every time I want to modify my loadout, but whatever. The main problem is no more sword. Okay, credit where credit is due. Sniper rifle works quite well. Does a decent chunk of damage. Okay. I don't know if it's really that much more or less efficient than what I was using. I'm really curious what I'm going to use my cells for. Now, I'm pretty sure if I stand here... Feels like I'm missing something. Maybe this is one of those that I get access to it on the way back. Yeah, can I snipe with the sniper? No. It looks like there's a specific range at which it will fire. Let's try the... oh, wait, no, we've been using the arrowhead. I'm fine using this. Cannon seems pretty good. Alright, nothing here. There's the weird lift. But I think I did want to check the other direction real fast. Actually, there's a couple of spots that I want to quick peek at before I travel too far away from my original goal. Also, this looks like it might have something here. Yeah, it's a treasure chest. Kinda figured as much. Okay, so there are reasons to go off the beaten path, and I'm sure I've probably already missed some goodies. Okay, let's wait a second. Oh, so we got a bunch of parts there. One problem with the javelin, does take a while to charge. Yeah, so I'll have to kind of decide if it's really worth it. I might prefer something a little bit better. Surprise. Alright. Yeah, at least repairing agents seem to be pretty common. So I can get a lot of them. Yeah, I remember reading one of the reviews that said shotguns are OP. And I think I'm more than willing to believe that. I mean, they were extremely overpowered in, they're extremely overpowered in Armored Core. Or at least it felt that way. Let's just keep our distance. Now, we could fight these suckers again, but I'm not really sure if I care to. I don't think there's much of a, like, active reason for me to do so, at least. There we go. Don't think I've taken too much damage. I haven't really taken much of any. Surprise! I appreciate that the cannon doesn't have much of a, doesn't have a lock-on requirement. Nope, there we go. So yeah, let's go to the end of that tube and then see where that takes me. Oh, I can do a 1-2 punch! I missed him. I'll wait for a bit. What? Oh, it was one of the jellyfish. Popped me from behind. But yeah, the cannon doesn't do quite enough damage. The javelin doesn't do quite enough damage. Combine them together, does more than enough. Okay, not taking too much harm. I have not been down here. I really got to check my crannies. Probably also heal up. I know I've only taken a smidge, but considering how generous they are with repairing agents, why not, right? I will say the new system is not very good for my BP counts. So, against my better judgment, I might have to go back to using a sword. Or, maybe not against my better judgment, against my preferences. Okay, so we've got this. Let's just not slide into oblivion. Because that would be tragic. At least because this is a Souls-style game, I don't have to worry too hard. Wait. Did I already do this? I've actually no idea. Nope, that certainly looks new. Well, it's an anime girl yelling. Yo-Yo the Collector. Give supplement. Oh, yeah. Oh, is that a light flare? Huh. Well, I guess she's just gonna be there. Here's a question. Inventory. Versatile resources. Supplement. Oh, gives us extra BP. Okay. How did I pull up the quick menu again? Oh, here it is. Unbound. Oh, that's probably something I have to equip, but later. Well, this is a treasure chest. And a pathway. That almost hurt. Oh, and those guys give BP back. That's good. Okay, not seeing anything here. Let's keep looking around. There's the ominous orange door that I can only assume is a boss door. I don't fully know if I'm ready for a boss fight yet. And yeah, we're finding these bionic parts that are for something. Well. Wherever this drops me. This was not supposed to go here. Oh, are we back on the other side of this? Yep, we're here. I mean, not that bad. I'll have to go back. But I think we rest. We go see if the collector has finished munching. There we go. Yeah, I'll definitely have a, I will definitely have a melee weapon for the future. I mean, maybe a couple of shotguns, and who knows, maybe I can just increase my maximums and it won't be a problem, but... Still kinda... I don't want to say unsure. There's a lot of things that I can do. I think the big one is I don't have anything that any way to spend my cells at the moment. I was hoping I'd be able to level up. Oh, what if inventory, versatile resources, egg sac, bionic parts. Sell them? Oh no. I was hoping they would give me level ups. Okay, let's go back to the tree. We also haven't tried that central thing. Okay, frame loadout. Is there a way I can change what my consumables or my hotbar are? Because it feels like that's something that should be here. At the very least, let's get rid of the javelin. So we did pick up a pistol, but I think it's pretty worthless. Yeah, it does as much damage as the Celeste. Yeah, it's actually just bad. I think I'll stick with the arrowhead for the time being. I'll bring the Belmung along with me just in case. And yeah, oh, we did actually get some new parts. So, lower DP, lower physical resistance, higher, or physical resistance plus? I don't know what any of that means. Standard versus effective. Oh, weak point attacks, standard attacks. Okay, we know about the rest. Oh, equipment's repair cell cost. Upon defeat, it's deducted from the cells you own. Oh. Okay. It's a better air boost, and it's lighter. Let's take a look at the rest. So this changes the back module. Interesting. So it... Oh, this is the headset. I got it. So this has a couple of extra boosters along the side. Or I can stick with dem thighs. I do like the physical resistance. But the legs have a massive... Oh, grind output. No, these have good handling. So that should allow me to, like, turn much faster. So I'll keep those at the very least. Something like that. Okay. Frame... No, it's not frame loadout. Transfer. How do I equip things to my... Oh, item wheel. Right there. Okay, let's put supplement in there. Luminous ore. Oh, illuminates its surroundings. Alright, grab these just in case we run into a boss fight. Want to be at least halfway prepared for it. And... yeah, sure. Let's go fight a boss. Kind of an odd duck game, all in all. It's a mixture of Armored Core and... oof. It is a lot more expensive if I'm using my shoulder-mounted weapons. We do get enough supplements that maybe it's not super bad. And who knows? Maybe we just get enough jellyfishes that also keeps us in the green. Mostly in the green. I hope this is one of those games where you can reload somewhat proactively, and it doesn't, like, make you waste bullets. Because I always hate that, where it's just like, I get it, it's realistic, you don't want to reload until you're fully out. But, as a, like, person playing the video game, it's inconvenient and annoying. Smoke grenade. I don't know what that would be used for, actually. Yeah, I think I'm probably just going to stick to the regular gun. I guess I can experiment with it. This is supposed to be 8 BP per shot on this gun. If I reload now, I'm down by 12, so that would be what, 80, 96? Yeah, actually, okay, cool. So I can reload whenever I want. I'm just gonna chill for a bit. Oop. Oh, he chonky. Oh. He can't do anything to me at this distance. I'm too close, so he can't fire. Well, that's nice. There we go. I'll have to look into aiming options. Oh, I wonder... I think that was actually something I could invest into. Is the ability to aim better. Because that could actually be kind of handy for a couple of things. Okay. We go up. I'm gonna hug the wall this time. Because previously that guy was shooting at me. Yeah, still gonna be shooting at me. There we go. No, it actually seems like a number of enemies give me BP. So I don't have to worry too much about running out. As long as I'm not, like, overspendy, we're okay. There we go. Ow. I should have waited. Because those resources are 100% lost for forever. Okay, and I don't see any weird gaps or holes, so I don't have to worry about falling into the void here too much. Alright, let's see if she's still here. She is still eating. How long does it take to eat a supplement? Maybe she's just taking the smallest bites known to anime girls. Okay. Well, preemptively reload. Let's go see about this boss door. Because it's either a barrier that will prevent me from going through. Oh. It looks like a fog gate. Like, you can't blame me for assuming wrong on what that is. Luckily, we got a good shortcut back to kind of where we were going previously before I got super distracted down tunnel land. Ooh, overheat. Staying in overheat for a while is kind of a pain. Okay. I'll have to see if there's anything that lets me up here. No, it doesn't look like it. Anything that lets me stay in grind mode for much, much longer. Unfortunately, I think no matter what, you just have to pay for it. But yeah, I'm still gonna maintain. Not sold on the anime girl and that kind of weird power frame. Purely because, like, that's the most vulnerable part, and it's just sitting there out in the open. I don't know about you, but, like, I want to put anime girls and anime guys and just anyone in cool chunky combat armor and then a really cool cockpit rather than having them out in the open in kind of a power armor situation. I even had this problem a little bit with the Surge where it's like, oh, you get this like cool exoskeleton. I'm like, yeah, but can't I just have like a full power suit, you know, Mjolnir armor, but file off the serial numbers? Let's see. Because we've done that. We've been there. Wait, no, have we done all this? I do appreciate that I can kind of turbo gank these guys. Okay, I should probably reload and wait a little bit before I do too much. I don't want to run too far afoul of the froggy boy. Was this the absolute bottom of the area? Or is there further down? I think this was the bottom. Okay. Knowing that this is the bottom, I think we have to take the tram now. On one hand, I kind of wish this had more ample leveling. No, I definitely do. I'm a sucker for my progression systems, and the fact that I only have 10 talent points feel a little weird to me. But on the flip side, I get it. It's not a very long game. I think it's like a 10 to 12 hour experience, give or take. Which, it's not the most, maybe, efficient dollar per hour. I do dig it from a, like, hey, we tried to make a third-person shooter mecha game and made it as a Souls-like too, because I kind of like that format a lot. I don't know. I love the idea of Souls-likes in general, but I do find, like, the standard melee combat to be a little bit stale. After a while, how many different Souls-likes can you play before it starts becoming just samey? And so mixing it up, making it kind of mechy, and also a third-person shooter gives you some ways to play around. Shame the melee combat in this is extremely but hopefully that gets like an update at a later date. Let's see, what was I gonna say within that? Yeah, I don't know. I think it's also just the giant, you know, facility gives it kind of a cool air as well. It's one of those where... Are these anything? No. Okay. Sometimes those things explode or do whatever, and I didn't want to deal with that. It reminds me a little bit of Signalis, for no reason specifically, because there's no, like, real comparison points. It's mostly, I think, just the robot women going through abandoned facilities filled with enemies. But, I mean, there's an appeal to that, as weird as that sounds. Repair agent, and we got hair? Yep, we got a couple of hairdos, so that we can, doll up our doll more. Okay, anything here? Maybe. Yep. More repairing agents, though, which is... Don't care too deeply about that. Okay, is this a surprise? No, it's a door. It's in fact a door I can open. Weird. Okay, is this... the pilgrim? Oh, and they've got a... trash fire going on.
いや、すまない。こんな深くで妊婦に出会うなんてね。申し遅れたね。僕の名前はハティ。アルカンドの巡礼さ。出られなくて困っていたんだ。本当に助かったよ。お礼になるかわからないけど、これを受け取ってほしい。もしかして、君も僕と同じで真理を求めてここにたどり着いたのかい？何もかも聖典の記述と一致する。ここが僕らの求める根の国に違いない。きっとどこかに主が。声で自動機械が襲ってくる？それは大変だ。僕が死ねばこの発見は失われる。真実を持ち帰らないと。君も気をつけて。アウラン。アウラン。
Well, we've rescued an anime girl. I feel like that's going to be a trend here. Yeah, I used to watch, like, anime voraciously, but I think the older I get, I'm going to say the less interested in most anime I've become. Unfortunately, a lot of anime just suffers from a lot of really common tropes that I find a little tiring. Specifically, I mean, I don't know. I am a dedicated monogamist, and any anime that involves, like, oh, we're here now. Okay, that's cool. Sure, we'll take it. Any anime that involves... Yeah, so we've unlocked this. So we now have a nice fast travel point back to the checkpoint. Hopefully that stays active. But anime that, like, features harems, for example, I just do not get. I do not like. Especially if it's, like, a dense protagonist who's like, you know, I don't know if they like me or not. And the women are just like throwing themselves at him constantly. And it's just like, ick. And for starters, that's kind of debasing and it's weird. But it's also just like not a fun dynamic to watch. I'm a big sucker for like power couples and dynamic duos, or, you know, even the kind of like foes to lovers trope. But when it's just, you know, a bunch of largely boring tropes and trope characters just gushing over each other weirdly, it gets frustrating. That's a good example. I don't know. Love is War I found delightful. Because, yeah, it was kind of rivals to lovers, but you knew they were absolutely going to end up together. So it was kind of just a like, oh, well, this is fun. We get to watch them get together. As opposed to like, you know, the will they, won't they? That a lot of these fall into. Oh, we're back here. And then by the end of it, you know, they're a pretty functional power couple doing, I'm not going to say super impressive stuff because it was mostly slice of life. And I did feel like the story kind of dragged on once it got past that point, but it still had its charms. But it was just nice seeing them working together and like being a team, and that felt good. Compared to, what's a good example of like bad harem that I could not stand? Oh, Sword Art Online is probably the easiest example where like literally there was only, I think there was only like 3 or 4 dudes and most of them were never present. You know, they were there purely for like, to be support systems for the guy, to fill a role that like none of the love interests possibly could. Namely the actual just platonic friend. Because well, I mean, yeah. The more I think about it, the more it's like, yeah, it had a fairly established couple, and yet for some reason it was just like, but here's also a bunch of other girls who were kind of crushing on the main character, and it's like, I don't know, that felt weird to me. Especially going back and playing the, like one of the video games. I was playing, Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet. They're like, kind of pseudo looter shooter action RPG third-person shooter game. And yeah, how the whole game was just spent I think it spent like the first 2 hours gushing about the main character. And then, well, the main character of SAO, but then also you. But it was weird because you were a silent protagonist and everybody was like, you're the best. And I'm like, I am a featureless demon. And then you had like the, you had like a little AI companion that would call you master, and they forced it to be like small, and that was weird. And I could not stand that. And like up until that point, I still kind of enjoyed SAO. After playing that game, I actually could not watch SAO anymore without feeling extremely weird about the whole process and the whole game. Or the whole franchise, because it was just like, oh yeah, this does the weird stuff. I don't dig it. Okay, so we got a missile guy on the other side that's kind of tricky. Actually, I can just hit him. Okay, the cannon, I think, requires good accuracy. Let's probably just go play a visit. There's multiple gripes. This area is actually kind of messy. I'm glad I decided to do most of this in the rafters, though. Are you kidding me? His leg was right there. Oh, I think that item's on the ground. It's okay, I can go get it. Okay. Trying to think of other good examples. A lesser one, and like maybe this isn't as much of an issue. But I really liked the idea of Log Horizon. But I did find that it had like a pretty good kind of couple established early on. Because it was like the main character and the ninja girl. I'm just bailing. Kind of cornered myself here. Which is mostly fine. I don't know what that noise was. Probably just warning me that I'm almost out of BP. But yeah, they kind of established the ninja girl as like the primary love interest and then just didn't really do much with it for a while because the main character was too dense. That's frustrating because it's just like, I don't want to watch like a whole story. I don't, oh, you know what? Let's actually go back and repair and restock. Or we could just take a supplement and not care. Let's just do that. Why? There we go. Okay, supplements are not as good as I thought they would be. Whatever, we get plenty of them, and I'm sure we can buy more. Oh, that was not the right button. Whatever, it's fine. I'm not going to be using any more supplements for a while. Yeah, I think we cleared that out. This is not as bad as I thought it was going to be. For a game that is, like, ostensibly Souls-based, it's actually fairly friendly. Like, they give constant stuff. Which means that I don't really have to worry too much about resource management. Maybe later, when I try and buy something, I will find out that everything is grossly expensive and that's gonna suck, but in the meantime... Surrender! That has been stuck in my head for years. There's an item there. Shoot. I'll have to go get it. I do not like the fact that the items are orange. This is going to sound kind of... I don't know if it's going to sound weird. Orange is a really bad color to use for interactive items. Cyan or green is considerably better. Main reason being, orange blends in extremely well with fire and a lot of other background elements. The most... most environmental details are fairly orange rather than green. And it does vary, and maybe the trade-off here is that, like, orange items... Got a warhammer. Cool. Oh, we're on this side. That's a nice checkpoint. That explains a lot. But the detail here is I guess they gave the enemies green lights. I guess fight these guys with the sword. They've got homing missiles, which actually are pretty easy to manage. So all I have to do is just keep circle strafing. I mean, not dead yet. Are you freaking kidding me? Yeah, I'm going around him. I'm in him. I take a swing, miss, because I'm not right next to his hitbox. Because his legs are not part of his hitbox. I feel like every enemy should have a bigger hitbox for, like, melee attacks. Like, guns should have a harder time hitting center of mass. Or, like, you have to aim for center of mass to get... to hit with gun. Okay, there we go. Shotgunners hop down from somewhere. Luckily, literally not a problem. This game's got really good mobility. But it doesn't require much for verticality, which I appreciate. It felt like, it felt like I had to spend a lot of time flying around in Armored Core. And I found that to be a little frustrating. Looks like we got some more parts. Tropion. And some more supplements. Good. Considering I just squandered a hell of a lot of them. I think for supplements I should probably take them off the quick bar and only use them when I need them from the actual item menu instead. Let's wait for a hot second. Because we've got a couple of enemies to fight. There we go. That's just rude. At least there's no contact damage. I hate contact damage. I guess I probably could just use ammo here freely. Is there a reason for me to go back? No. My overall BP is fine. And so yeah, better to just keep forging ahead. See what we've got. Rather than going back to restock a little bit. Only immediate problem is that looks like a boss door. Well, I'm about as geared as I'm gonna get. I'm pretty full on health. Let's take a look at this. I think the one real beef I would give for this game is very gray. Like, I really liked Metal Bringer, you know, what, month ago? Like, that was a very solid game with an extremely good aesthetic. Okay, gotta watch out for that a little. I wonder if that's his his weak point. It is. Oh, I was cruising. That sucks. Okay, good time to heal. Not that I've taken too much. But that's some kind of heat explosion chaff stuff. Ow. Okay, I'm getting pretty low, so I shouldn't use any of my other secondary weapons at the moment. I think we just have to rely on the... There we go. And we're good. Target destruction. I've achieved your objective and captured the area. What is my objective? I found her left eye. Am I assembling a robot waifu? Is that this entire goal? Kill every boss robot and Frankenbride? Anime bride? That's weird. The sad part is, like, there's a non-zero chance that that is exactly what the goal here is. Like, number one rule for sad anime robot waifu games is that there is never dudes, or if there's dudes, they're like younger or pretty effeminate. I'm thinking like 9S. Transfer to Decayed Brood Chamber. What? But then otherwise, like, dudes, adult men? No. Look at my sort of T-posed anime girl. I think this counts as anime girl T-pose. I cranked up her muscles as much as I could. And, cranked down everything else. The perfect being. Okay. Do we do anything? Whatever, I'm just gonna hop down. Oh, there's a ramp. Is this something I can interact with? Yes. So... Can I tune humanoid? No. How do I get more stuff? Transfer, frame loadout. What else do we have here? Oh, we've got the creepy Yasha and Musica, the Mechsmith twins. Oh, I don't like this. Why are they also T-posing? Oh, it's creepy.
私たちが鍛えてあげる。
Oh, I don't like that.
もちろん支えが必要よ。もちろん報酬も必要よ。
I mean, this is how I spend cells to upgrade myself.
あなたはたった一人でホドに挑む。きっと装具をボロボロにしてくるわよ、ムシカ。きっとへんてこな装具を拾ってくるわよ、ヤシカ。それってとても楽しそうじゃない。だからヤシカムシカが来てあげたのよ。
I know that there's like the gravity towards... Okay, so, oh, we can upgrade our modules. That's actually really nice.
ムシカ、ええ。
Oh, okay. Requires a palladium bud, though. Oof. Okay, so I do not have the resources to really upgrade too many of these things. Looks like I can upgrade my guns, though. Now, it's the scimitar. Standard beam gun. The Warhammer is a small single-fire grenade launcher. Huh. I'll have to play around with some of these. I don't really know if I want to spend too many of my resources, though. But what I was going to say is I know there's this, like... I'm going to call it an unfortunate gravity. In... Wait, what the hell is that? There's a giant girl up there. Well, let's see about this T-posing anime girl. Oh, it's Yo-Yo.
セン様、この前はありがとうです。セイン様がいなければ、ヨヨは今頃どうなっていたか。ところで、ここはどこでしょうか。そういえば、ホドの底にはいらないものの吹き溜まりがあるって。でも捨てられたものだって役に立つんですよ。例えばこれ拾いました。ヨヨ、他にもたくさん拾ってきました。ちょっとだけお題をいただければお渡しします。お願いします。代わりにヨヨをここに置いてください。
I don't know why, but I'm immediately reminded of the, like, classic cute cat in a cardboard box thing, but it's a small anime girl in a giant shipping container. Same thing. Writhing pests. Ugh. Cures and removes any accumulated corrosion. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So she also sells an arrowhead, but I think I have this. A Revarl. I don't think we have some of these. Yeah, can I check if I have it or not? No, it doesn't say. Well, I know for a fact we don't have the Revarl. Or the defams. Oh, but that was all of my cash because they're extremely expensive. Oh, damn it. There was a shotgun too. There are 2 shotguns. I regret. Wow, shit, this girl's found a lot of guns. Shake her and they all fall out at once. Just that classic scene. Flip them upside down and just endless stream of guns. Remember that from the, I think it was the Sinbad animated movie where there was like the one guy that kept removing guns from his pockets and what the hell, man? Like, okay. For starters, Elp the Crafter. For starters, like, okay, kind of weird. Her legs are, like, considerably longer than her arms. Like, you stand this character up, they're going to look extremely bizarre. But I also do not dig the fact that you have to talk to her by standing between her legs. I don't know what the hell's going on. I can buy things from her. Oh, cool. She actually sells, like, suits. Shame that one doesn't have full pants. But you can be an umbrella. Dust-proof mobile humanoid. Okay, there's the pants. Oh, it is creepy seeing the actual... Oh my god. Oh, that is not great. I do not like the fact that they show the wigs on top of the weird skeleton face. That's not great. I do not like that. Anyway, have you ever wanted to be an umbrella? I have. I am now going to become an umbrella. I was gonna say, yeah, there's an unfortunate gravity for, like, these anime-y games to have every character be as, like, moe as possible. I think that's the correct term. If it's not, I don't care. I'm an umbrella. What other hairdos do we have? Yeah, because we've gotten some new front hair. I do actually like the character customization. I just wish they had dude options. Yeah, I'll go with this one. I'll probably just stick to that. The problem with being an umbrella is, I'm still wearing that, like, weird skirt, but whatever, I'm an umbrella. But yeah, the unfortunate gravity for, like, anime games running around as this is magic. For everybody to be as, like, cutesy and moe as possible. Where's my big ladies? Like, I'm gonna say I kind of wish some of these, like, NPCs that you would interact with and, like, would help you do things, like the gunsmith. Why can't it be just, like, two big mecha ladies? Or one, who cares? They would take out some of the weirdness factor and would probably also appeal to certain other crowds, I guess. Look, I'm looking out for the people that really liked Lady Demetresque, alright? And also it would make me feel considerably less weird on a personal level. Because at least I can kind of work with that fetish. Anyway, I like where this game is going. Once again, I'm going to take a lot of umbrage with the fact that cutesy anime girls doing things. At least Nier Automata, like, it did objectify them a little bit, but it wasn't, like, super weird about it for the most part. And it had kind of like a nice style to it. This is just one of those where you could swap these characters out with anything and there would be no difference. Like, they could all just be the mechs. In fact, I actually would like that more if, like, all of the characters were just robots with anime girl avatars, because then at least it wouldn't be super strange. In fact, it would be kind of funny to see, like, a giant mech there bobbing back and forth, looking cutesy, and then you talk to it and it's like, oh yeah, it's like a young girl. What the hell? A humanoid corpse skewered through, a hole left agape in its head. Insert left eye. We are, in fact, assembling the waifu. My master Nema. She's growing a tree from her arm. Oh boy, I bet we're assembling the last boss. I'm okay with this, actually. This is kind of fun. I'm also an umbrella. I have to, it bears repeating. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I think overall, like, if you're big into the anime girl aesthetic or mecha, this is probably gonna have some appeal. You might, like me, also have some level of that, like, which is entirely natural and I would say acceptable, but on the flip side, like, it's one of those where I'll look past it just because I do love the giant mega facility. I love the mecha bits. I love the weird kind of cryptic plot that probably is going to paint me as a bad guy by the end of the game. I'm assuming we assemble her and then destroy her properly. No, that doesn't make any sense, because then we just go and shoot her now. I don't know, I don't get it, but it's fine. Anyway, I guess with that, let's go back to the fact that it is brood chamber is a very weird way of putting it. But yeah, I don't know. For a $20 game for a small little Souls-like with some neat ideas, I like where it's going. I think my only true hope with this is that they come back and do a little bit of a balance patch just to smooth out some of the rough edges. Namely, that melee combat really needs some help. And I think once it gets that, this is going to feel a lot better. The moving and shooting feels decent, enough that I'd love to see them actually tackle this idea again. Just because I need me some more mecha games. That's the easy answer. I love mecha games. I love the nitty-gritty customization. I love the different weapons. I love ending up just playing a somewhat default run because I'm a boring person. Hello, elevator that cannot connect. All right, fair enough. Can't go there. It's fine. Anywho, where the hell am I supposed to go next, actually? I don't know. I figured the brood chamber would give me some direction, but I guess not. Oh, there's got to be some other route. Maybe we just go back to where that boss was and there was something new there. Not sure. Or maybe there was something in that chamber and I just missed it. But for now, at least, I guess if you want to pick up Doll's Nest, it's available on Steam right now. It is $20, which I think is a mostly fair price. It's not, you know, it's not the longest game. You're definitely going to finish it kind of early, unless you want to go back for multiple playthroughs, trying out different builds and weapons and stuff. But I don't know, for this extremely niche and largely underserved genre, I don't mind it, and $20 feels reasonable. And I'll admit, I actually really like short games. I know this is maybe an unpopular opinion, but 10 hours sounds like a dream to me. I could actually finish this in a couple of sittings, and it wouldn't be bad. Like, it wouldn't even take me, it would take me like 2 evenings, which is very nice considering the other game that I'm playing right now is 60 hours long. Or presumably if you're getting like everything. And that's a trial. That's going to take at least another week, and that's rough. Anywho, I guess with all of this said, if you like this video in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like, it helps more than you know, and if you want to see more rad new games every single day, then hit subscribe, because I got tons to check out and show off. There is nothing here. I am lost. Well, that's fine. But for now, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time.